You know that phone in your pocket? Or the coffee mug on your desk? Ever stop and really think about how it got to you? Well, behind pretty much everything we own, there's this hidden, absolutely epic journey across the ocean. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the incredible and kind of mind-blowing world of global shipping.
And just to give you a sense of the sheer scale we're talking about, get this. For an economy like Taiwan's, which relies heavily on trade, a staggering 90% of everything moves by sea. 90%. And if you look at the whole world, it's about 80%. So yeah, this isn't some niche industry. It's basically the circulatory system, the lifeblood of the entire global economy.
I mean, it seems impossibly complex, right? You've got these giant ships, massive ports, millions of containers. But what if I told you there's a really simple way to wrap your head around it all? A way that connects this huge industrial process to something you probably already know very well. Okay, let's dive in. Here's the one big idea for this whole explainer, the thing that makes it all click. The best way to understand a shipping port is to think of it as an international airport, just for cargo. Seriously, your stuff goes on a journey that's surprisingly similar to one of your own trips abroad. And check this out, it lines up almost perfectly. That long journey across the sea, that's your long-haul flight. The port itself is the airport terminal. That's where all the action happens. Going through passport control, that's your package getting through customs clearance. And that final taxi ride to your hotel, well, that's the truck or train delivering the goods to a warehouse. So let's follow this journey act by act.
All right, Act 1, the main event. This is the ocean crossing. This is the long-haul flight for your products, where these absolutely massive ships sail thousands of miles across the open water.
Now, this isn't as simple as just pointing a ship and saying, go, no way. Sea transport is all about immense logistical planning. You've got experts charting the most efficient routes between continents, and then you have whole teams managing a fleet of vessels, making sure they have the right size ship for the right job, to make everything as efficient as possible.
Okay, so the ship has finally arrived. Now we get to what I think is the most fascinating part. This is the international layover at the port. And honestly, it's by far the most complex and, you could argue, the most critical part of the entire trip.
So this layover for your stuff happens in 4 main stages. First, the ship has to dock and get unloaded. Then, the cargo gets sorted and stored. After that, it has to pass its passport control, and finally, it gets prepped for that last little leg of its journey. The second that ship is secure at the dock, this incredible show begins. These towering gantry cranes just spring to life in what you can only describe as a mechanical ballet. They lift these containers, each one weighing tons, off the ship and onto the dock with just incredible speed and precision. It's amazing to watch.
Now, once it's on land, the cargo doesn't just sit there. It gets moved into these huge storage areas, these container yards. You can think of this as the cargo's waiting lounge. In here, containers are sorted, goods might get grouped together into new shipments, or maybe they're just held until they're ready for what's next.
And here it is, that crucial passport control moment. Every single thing has to be declared to customs. Officials are checking paperwork, sometimes inspecting the goods themselves, making sure everything is legal and all the right taxes are paid. Without the stamp of approval, that cargo isn't going anywhere. Period.
You know, this whole operation isn't just run by machines. It takes a huge team of specialized pros. You've got the terminal operators who are running all the heavy machinery. You've got freight forwarders who are basically the travel agents for the cargo. Customs brokers navigate all that tricky paperwork. And of course, the carriers who own and run the ships. It's this massive, coordinated human effort.
So once the cargo is cleared and good to go, it's ready for its final act, the journey from the port to wherever it's headed next. The layover is officially over, and it's time to head home.
And this is the airport taxi part of our analogy. A whole network of trucks and trains takes over, fanning out from the port like veins from a heart. They carry the goods to regional warehouses, distribution centers, and, yep, ultimately to the store shelf where you finally see it.
So we've seen the whole journey. But why is it so important to understand all this? Well, because this hidden system isn't just about moving boxes around. It is the fundamental engine that powers our modern, globalized world. And this quote right here, it just nails it. Ports are the linchpin. They're the critical link. If they get clogged up or inefficient, the entire global supply chain starts to slow to a crawl. Costs go up for everybody, and the system just becomes unreliable. Literally, everything hinges on that layover running smoothly.
And this chart really shows you one of the key reasons globalization even works. It's all about economies of scale. It's pretty simple, really. The bigger the ship, the more stuff it can carry, and the lower the cost to transport each individual item becomes. This constant push for bigger ships and more efficient ports is exactly what makes so many products from all over the world so affordable for us.
So, to sum it all up, this system is a core pillar of our economy. It's what makes the vast majority of world trade even possible. It creates entire economic ecosystems and tons of jobs around port cities. It helps make whole countries more competitive on the world stage. And ultimately, it's the reason we can walk into a store and find an incredible variety of affordable things to buy every single day. The journey of our stuff is truly a marvel of logistics, technology, and just human cooperation. It's this invisible system that quietly hums along in the background, powering our daily lives. But its complexity also makes it fragile. And that leaves us with one last really important thought. This hidden system runs our world, so what happens when it breaks?